I've always been that person who grabs the cheapest extra monitor they can find on a discount site, only to end up slapping a flimsy plastic sheet onto my laptop and wondering why the colors look washed out and the stand wobbles whenever I adjust it. The regret hits hard when you're in the middle of a video call or trying to squeeze a spreadsheet into a cramped coffee shop desk and the solution you bought can't keep up. That's why I was a little skeptical when I first saw a portable triple-screen setup that promised a full HD IPS display, a 360 swivel, and even built-in speakers. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The YISHENX portable triple-screen monitor isn't just another cheap add-on. It tries to act like a true secondary screen solution you can carry in a backpack. Before hitting record, I dug into the specs, skimmed a few forum threads about portable monitors, and asked a couple of friends who work remote-first jobs what they actually look for when they upgrade their mobile workspace. Their biggest pain points were inconsistent brightness across the screen, the need for a quick setup stand that doesn't require a screwdriver, and enough connectivity to plug into a Windows laptop, a Mac, or even an Android tablet without buying extra adapters. The YISHENX claims to hit all those marks, so let's see how it lives up to the hype. First off, the size. Each of the 3 panels is 15.6 inches, which is the sweet spot for a portable display big enough to read a full line of code or a design mockup, but still light enough to slide into a messenger bag. The real trick is the 3-level height adjustment and the 360 rotation. I set one unit up on a CAF table, rotated another to portrait for scrolling through a long email thread, and lowered the third to a comfortable eye level for video editing. The hinges feel sturdy enough that the screen stays where you put it, even when you bump the table accidentally. In my testing, the rotation lock clicks into place cleanly, so you don't get that annoying drift that some cheap rotating mounts have. Connectivity is where many portable monitors stumble. The YISHENX offers 3 options: a USB-C port that carries both power and video, a mini HDMI for older laptops, and a conventional 3.5mm audio jack for the built-in speakers. I tried it with a Dell XPS running Windows 11, a MacBook Pro on macOS Monterey, and an Android tablet using Samsung DeX. All 3 devices recognized the monitor instantly. No driver installations, no extra software. The USB-C mode is particularly handy because it lets you power the screen from the same cable you use for display output, meaning you only need one port free on your laptop. The mini HDMI is a nice fallback for legacy rigs that don't have USB-C, but you'll need a separate power source because that port doesn't supply power. Speaking of power, the dual speakers are a modest but pleasant addition. They're not going to replace a dedicated sound system, but for quick video calls or background music while you're working, they're surprisingly clear. The low blue light filter is another thoughtful feature. I toggled it on during a long editing session and noticed a slight reduction in eye strain compared with the default mode. It's not a full-blown eye care technology, but it does the job for occasional use. Now, let's talk about real-world use cases. If you're a graphic designer who needs an extra canvas for palettes while you work on the go, the color accuracy of a 100% Srgb panel matters. The IPS technology on this monitor provides wide viewing angles, so you can sit at a coffee shop table and still see consistent colors from the side. For programmers or data analysts, the triple-screen setup means you can have your IDE on one screen, documentation on another, and a terminal window on the third, all without juggling windows on a single cramped display. I set up a test where I ran a spreadsheet on the left, a Slack channel in the middle, and a coding console on the right. The workflow felt smoother than using a single 27-inch monitor that you have to constantly alt-tab between. However, there are trade-offs you need to be aware of before you decide to spend the cash. The combined weight of 3 15.6-inch panels with the adjustable stand is roughly 7.5 pounds. It's still portable, but you'll feel the difference compared to a single 15-inch foldable monitor that weighs half as much. If you travel by plane and need to fit everything in a carry-on, you'll have to plan for the extra bulk. Battery life is another hidden factor. The monitor draws power from your laptop, so you'll notice a dip in your laptop's battery runtime when you run all 3 screens at full brightness. In my tests, a 13-inch MacBook Air lasted about an hour less before needing a charge. That's not a deal breaker if you keep your charger nearby, But it's something to consider if you rely on long-haul flights without power outlets. Who should buy this? The Suite.